All right, so a couple of things. First of all, I didn't order the cutter set yet, but what I did do was I ground some high-speed steel, and let me show you what I got here. That's pretty darn close, I think, to original. I got two cutters that I ground. This one too. Come on, you, focus. There we go. Now that looks close too. So I think what I'm going to try to do is use this thing I made here in the milling machine with the dividing head. I'm going to make the phenolic gear here out of plastic because I'm a bit concerned that the lathe is so overly engineered. Everything they did with this lathe is just amazing, as far as, you know, how they did the things they did in the timeline that they did it. So I can't help but think that this gear is made of a fiber for a reason. They wanted this as a weak link. So whether or not you crash the lathe, whatever happened, who knows, all the planets lined up, and they wanted this gear to strip and save the drive line of the rest of the lathe. So in saying that, the only thing I have close is this Delrin, which it's not the right thickness. But what I think I'm going to do, clean this up, cut it in half, and glue two halves together to make this gear. Because this gear is squished inside of this anyway. So I might be opening a can of worms for myself. I really don't know. But I don't have a lot of options. I have steel, but like I said, I don't want to make this out of steel because I don't want to have to keep making gears for this lathe. You know, it's fun, but I'd rather just be able to use the lathe and do other stuff. So as far as the 36 tooth gear goes, I have some aluminum here that I'm going to use. This is 3 1/4 inch diameter. That's the closest I have. Next I have is 2 inch diameter, and it's got to be 2 and I want to say 3/8 diameter for the gear. So I got to at least have 2 1/2 inch. So this is the closest I have. Unfortunately, I don't have a big stockpile of metal, so you know, got to make do with what you got. So that's the plan anyway. I'm going to make the 36 tooth out of aluminum because aluminum's soft, and I really think that it should be okay. I could be wrong, and I'm probably going to end up breaking more gears and having to, you know, buy the damn cutters anyway, just because I'm going to end up having to fix a whole bunch of gears. But, you know, it is what it is. I really don't know what else to do. I could make it out of plastic. I got a bunch of these sheets. I mean, not a bunch. I got like 8. So, yeah, anyway. Alright, that's the plan, guys. I'll catch you later. Actually, I just had an idea. This gear's trashed, right? So, why don't I try to turn this down to the 36 tooth diameter? I mean, what do I got to lose, right? And then I can still make the 72 tooth out of the Delrin, but I'll have a phenolic 36 tooth gear. Brilliant. Good idea, guys. Thanks for telling me. Alright, let me give you a sample of my setup here. What I have is phenolic gear with a 5/8 hole through it. That is a 5/8 grade 8 hardened bolt with the head cut off and 2 nuts holding this in the center. 5/8 collet, the collet and the 5/8 bolt runs very true. I mean, it's close enough for gear. So now what I'm going to do is try to take this down to the diameter for the 36 tooth gear. Okay, not only does this stink, but oh my god, does it make a mess. Might have to have the shop vac running for this one. So I took one of these sheets and I've cut it down, so now I've got 2 pieces at about 4 3/4, since the part I'm making is under 4.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the 2 halves together and then put it in this press and leave it for a little bit. Alright, super glued and in the press. So I'll give this a little bit and pull it out and see what happens. I turned this down to 238. That's what I guess the 36 tooth 16 diametral pitch gear is supposed to be. So I think I can do it in here in the Spindex. It's 36 teeth, and this shouldn't have a problem if I do every 10 degrees. So rather than get my indexing head all set back up again, I'll probably just throw it in the Spindex and do it that way. But alright guys, stay tuned.